Fine face and your lips too. Ooh, and your hair, girl. Gym natural, got me see too. I wanna graduate from a stalker to your lover. iPhone 10 disconnected. Oh. You got a lot going on with your body. You got it all, baby. So I told you meet me at the lobby. At the hotel, girl. Girl, you know what's going down. Every time I come round, girl, this time I'ma slow it down. Feel like I lost you, girl, but now you found. So don't be surprised when a nigga hold you down. So maybe tell me what you've been to. Hold up, let me tell you what I've been through. For ya, my life will be simple. For ya, but anything you say, I do for ya. You got it all going on with your body. You got it all, baby. Your papa Nigeria, your mama Somali. My African star, baby, now. Meumbwa ukaumbika sawa sawa, sura shebu na tabia. And your body shake, and your pretty face like a figure eight, you don't make me face, not the money kuku onana. Walai tutaonana, baby sitakasana, make I give you banana, na. Universal, I need you. And you got community. See the back of a community. And you got community. Pay for money, policies, yo. Miss opportunity, hey, away, bunny picking. That one opportunity, Chelewa. Hey, you got community. Chelewa. Hey, you got community. Chelewa. Erika Kabilitio. Chelewa. Erika Kabilitio. Chelewa. African time, baby. Erika Kabilitio. Chelewa. African time, baby. Chelewa. African time, baby. Chelewa. African time, baby. Chelewa. Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It depends on where you're joining me from. It is so good to have you in the house. Welcome, Phyllis. Thank you so much for joining. It is Sawuuboonaa, the African Women's Show. I am so excited. Listen, my guest is amazing. You're about to find out about her very soon. So thank you so much for joining. So the rule of the game is jump into the comment box and say a quick hello and just say hi to my guest. Let us know what country, what city that you are joining us from. What's happening to you? It's a Monday morning where I'm joining you from. So let me know what country is being represented so we can give you a shout out. And of course, tag all the people that you need to be on the show. It's going to be an amazing time today. So come on in. At this time, I'm just going to take another 2 minutes, okay, to play another music. And of course, Facebook, I do not have a right to this music, so you don't want to come after me. I'm just having fun with my sister here, Wanjiku, and you're not going to stop me, Facebook, okay? So, but we don't have a right to the music. I just want you to know that wherever that you have African women, we're always singing and dancing and just having fun. Okay, so my guest is all the way from Kenya. Where are the Kenyan ladies? So please jump in and let me know Kenya is in the house, because I know Kenyans know how to do their thing. They're amazing. So thank you so much for making up the time. And if you're from a different country, of course, I want to see your name. I want to see your country that is being represented so I can give you a shout out. We're going to take another 2 minutes. Okay. Yes, we're here. So Kenya is in the house. Welcome, Shekumem. I hope I got it right, but if I did not, just hang on with me for a couple of minutes. I'll try it again. I'm already taking my coffee, so I promise you I'll be able to do it right. All right, so come in and we'll just listen to music another 2 minutes. We just finished with African Star. That was amazing. And we're just going to go to African Queen from Makazi. So let's try one. Let's try one right now. I think it's going to be good. And while we wait,
Hey, Mr. Brown, you wanna make something sick? Lingwao pela morena, vachitama musa vasezeni. Sinongwao pela morena, vachitama musa vatomendani. Lile, vachitama musa vatomendani. When I call you Lord, in my trials and my trouble, you carry me. So when the sun shines, don't leave me, Lord. When the sun shines, oh, 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 don't leave me, Lord. Oh, be with me, Lord. Shibuya, Shibuya.
wow, thank you so much. Listen, guys, I wanted to jump up and dance, and I was just thinking, wait a minute, the camera is here. If you jump, what's going to happen? You're going to break everything apart. But I was definitely enjoying this music. I don't know about you. Welcome, Gulam. It's good to have you in the house. Welcome, Alice. Sheku M, it's good to have you. Denise, Grace Mortar, it's good to have you in the house. Phyllis, thank you so much for joining us, and every other person who just came in and stayed quiet. We don't stay quiet on this show. Jump into the comment box and just say hello. Let me know what country you're joining us from. It's going to be amazing. Listen. So, what have we been doing for the month of March? So, just before that, it looks like there are a lot of new people here. And you're probably asking, who the hell is she? Yes, my name is Dr. Louisa Akaiza, and I am the founder for Women Who Win Africa. So if you think you're a woman and you want to win in Africa, that's right. That's the person you should be speaking with. I don't know where you've been if you've never heard from me or if you've never heard about me, but that's okay. I'm going to excuse that. It's not too late for you to join my community. It's not too late for you to become my friend. It's not too late for you to send me an inbox. Just make sure that the inbox is not saying, hi. You know, people jump into my inbox and they say, hi. I'm like, no, we don't do hi here. We do, what are we doing together? Okay. So, African women, jump in and let us have fun. I tell you, if you've never been to Africa, if you don't know about Africa, where have you been? You need to be on the show because we bring the best of the best. And yes, is that not Irene? She just kind of sneaked into the show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. I love you, my sister. Thank you so much. Do us a favor by sharing this video, put it on your page, invite everyone, invite your friends, invite your family, invite your sister, your mother, your cousin, and your enemies too. Yes, yes, sir. They need to get inspired. I mean, look at what would the world be like if you brought your enemy to come and get changed? Then we're I kind of sure that we're all going to heaven, isn't it? So we were just listening to great music. Facebook, we did not have a right to this music, so did not come after me. Wambui, is good to have you here from Kenya. Kenya is showing off and just showing out. Listen, can people from other countries jump in? Kenya, oh my goodness, I'm about to change my name to a Kenyan name right now. If I don't see somebody from Nigeria, I'm going to freak out. Welcome, Mel. It's good to have you. It's good to have you in the house. Thank you so much. You know, Kenya is one of the countries that I love so much. And of course, I'm visiting this year. We're setting up a chapter as well in Kenya. They are amazing people. They are beautiful. They're energetic. They're just so much good vibes around them.
Right.
You know, and I love them. And Nigeria is here. Thank you, Bevelyn, for saving my life. I was just wondering. I'm like, wait, what? What is going on? Bevelyn, bring all your sisters and cousins, please. We got to do something here. And I know Zambia is going to jump in very soon and start showing up. But it's always fun to hang out with beautiful ladies, powerful ladies who are doing amazing work. Catherine said, don't speak too fast. She's here from Kenya too. It's good to have you here, my sister. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's such an honor to be hanging out with all of you. Another person from Nigeria. Hey! Yes, thank you, Esther. It's good to have you in the house. It's going to be an amazing time. Listen, so if you're having a bad Monday, I don't know what's going on, but you should be here. Or
Yeah.
is it afternoon or is it evening? Was it a hard day? You know, sometimes people say, oh my God, why is it Monday again? That's why you should be hanging out with me because we don't sit down doing that. We're just going to grab a cup of coffee and keep it cute because Monday's here. We're ready to make change happen. I mean, look at my guest. Look at how beautiful. Can someone just say in the audience, this lady is beautiful? Please do it. Get in the audience. Get in the comment, please. Get in the comment and just send her some love. She's amazing. It's not easy to look so cute. I'm telling you, when you see a woman look beautiful, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to look young, to look amazing, to look beautiful. So please encourage beautiful women to keep doing it. You know, it's been fun. So for the month of March, what are we doing? We're really celebrating the African woman because every time we're talking about Africa, she said she is beautiful. Thank you, Beverly. I just love this Beverly. She's my new bestie right now. Yes, she's beautiful. She is. Cami says she's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. She is. She is beautiful. Thank you, guys. She is. We have to celebrate ourselves. Nobody's going to do it for us. No
Yes.
one. Okay, no one. And get in the habit of just telling the next woman, you are amazing. You are yeah, look at that. Somebody else, yeah, Neil said, you're amazing and beautiful. That's it. That's it. That's what I want. That's the energy we are vibing today. That's the energy because as women leaders, we pour out so much. And so you need someone to pour back into you because if not, it just feels like you want to lose your mind. Henry is here. Hi, Henry. Oh my God, it's good to have you in the house. Thank you so much. I don't know where you're joining from, but it looks like you're coming in from Kenya. I'm looking at your last name. So let me know if it's Kenya or Uganda. Come on, prove me wrong. Let's see. But welcome. It's good to have you in the house. It's just beautiful. You know, in Africa, we should be one big family. People shouldn't be fighting themselves. You know, that's why, you know, the foreigners are laughing at us like, oh, you're fighting with your sister. Why should you be fighting with your sister? You should just be comfortable having your sister around. I mean, I feel so good because I have all these beautiful sisters from Kenya, from everywhere, Nigeria, Zambia, name it. In the platform, we actually have a representative. Look at Fikili is here from Eswatini. Listen, guys, I'm telling you, it's about to get started. It's about to get started. If you're just still sitting down quiet, let's please get in and let us know what country you're representing. And of course, go bring your sisters, your cousins, your friends. You guys have to all be here. Thank you so much for making out the time to be here. All right, so welcome, Fikili. She's tagged some people, Sealy, Emily, Nosembor. Wonderful. I'm just looking forward to connect and meet with all these amazing ladies from Eswatini. Welcome. So you might be asking, what is Sawuuboonaa? Sawuuboonaa is really the Zulu name or Zulu word that means I see you, I honor you. I celebrate you. And that's what we're doing here. So I'm just saying, Sawuuboonaa to Wanjiku. I see you, my sister. I honor you. I celebrate all that you are about. You are amazing. One Bill says, good job you are doing, ladies. You're doing an amazing job, schoolmate. Yay! Thank you so much. Thank you, One Bill. It's good to have you in the house. Thank you so much for joining. So we are just celebrating the African women for the month of March. Because every time we talk about Women History Month, we literally forget ourselves. And even when we want to talk about African women, I mean, I got sick and tired when I asked African women, I said, who are the women that inspire you? Who are the powerful African women? And you come up with Wagama Matai. I'm like, cut it off. What about my sister, Wanjiku, who is here?
Yeah.
Roughing it up and grinding every single day. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, we honor our past heroes.
Yeah.
But those who are doing the work, we have to celebrate them while they are alive.
That's
Because Wagamba Matai cannot even hear you right now. She would love to hear you, but she cannot.
Mm.
While we are still alive, we have to honor our own because
Yes.
this will inspire others to do even more. And
Yes.
so if you were sitting, in your own little smushy corner and you're like, I don't know what to do. Maybe I'm not good enough. Nobody's going to listen to me. And then you see my guest showing up. You're like, wait, I can do the same thing. Are you
Yes.
serious? Is that what she's doing? I can work with her. And so there's no point of you saying, I don't have a platform, I don't have a company, and then you cry the dirty cry, cut it off. You can send her a text and say, how can I work with you?
Mm.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, women are constantly saying, we're trying to find our voice. Where did your voice go? It's in there. You just didn't bring it out yet. Your voice didn't go anywhere. And if you think your voice is not strong enough, you can begin by being an echo. How are you an echo? Whatever that she is doing, what do? You support what she's doing, right?
Yeah.
You put it on your platform. You
Mm.
invite people to work with her. You look
Mm.
for funding for her. You
Yeah.
kind of show up and volunteer. We have
Yes.
to do, guys, we have to do this thing together. We cannot. This is 2023. We
Yeah.
cannot do it alone. We have
Mm.
to learn how to love up on ourselves. Because if we love up on ourselves, let me tell you, so many things will fly out the door.
Mm.
Gender-based violence will be out. Violence against women will be out. Because you know what? If I wanted to beat up Grace Mortar, and I know that she has this huge team of women behind her, I'm just like,
Mm.
hey, I might be giving Grace a slap, but these women are going to kill me. Ha.
Yeah.
You will be powerful
Yes.
because of your tribe. We must
Mm.
get to the time when we know that what we have complements each other. So
Yes.
I have something that Wanjuku doesn't have. She has a lot of things that I do not have. And together we are stronger.
Stronger.
We need
Yeah.
to learn that. We need
Yeah.
to learn that. Don't look for opportunities to bring down your fellow women. I see all the kind of things. And I remember the news with the Kenyan senator, and people had different perspectives about that story with this Kenyan senator who was wearing the white suits, beautiful suits with a period on it. And people said, why did she do that? Why did she disgrace us? And somebody else said, oh, this is kind of dirty and whatever in some cultures. Who's talking cultures? Who's talking? I mean, in Nigeria, I said, who did culture help? Hello?
Mm. Mm.
Who's talking cultures? She's trying to pass a message. Are you serious that women were actually asking questions about this lady? Can you
Mm.
walk around with your period? Even you, can you, like, really? The period has a distinct smell that
Yeah.
you're not going to stop the period from smelling. It's impossible. It's
Yes.
impossible. She was trying to pass on a message. And even if, let's even say that she was on her period and it showed up, why not just call the lady nicely to the side and say, hey, sis, hey, this thing has showed up today. Come on, let's go to the washroom and wash it. Why would
Mm.
you, Senator Tabitha, come up to the stage? I mean, to come and discuss why she should be thrown out when we
Yeah.
have issues bordering us in the world. We have societal problems. Hello.
Yes.
Like, how is this going to change the economy because somebody's bomb got stained?
It won't.
We need to shake off from that.
Yeah.
And that, originated from the mindset of feeling that you want to correct everybody around you. You want to bring your fellow woman down. So we need to stop it. It's a lot of lessons that we should have learned from that. It's not even
Mm,
about the message she was trying to pass, but can you be your sister's keeper?
cheaper.
And
Yes.
that's my message this morning. My sisters, as you jump into the show, Wambui, Christine has just arrived from Sudan. Look at that. Excuse me. Sudan is in the house. Oh, show it up. Welcome,
Yeah.
Christine. I'm so happy to have you in the house. Be your sister's keeper. Love upon your sister. Fight for your sister. You can take her to the backyard and say, hey, sis, don't try that again next time, but I'm going to fight for you in front. First of all,
Yeah.
don't tear your sister down. Imagine the male senators were trying to understand what she was doing better than the woman. I thought, listen, I saw Tabitha and I said, hey, just like my sister, Coach Kemi said, give me her address. We need to address her. What,
Yeah.
what's that? What's that? Why should you bring another woman down? And
Mm,
so in this show, what we do is teach you how to love one another. My sister, love is free. That's why I
yeah.
said, tell this, my sister, I love you. You look beautiful. Love is free. When you give
Yes.
out love, you get it back.
Yes.
If you do
Mm,
not plant love, you're not going to get it back.
that
You
is very
have to
true.
be comfortable giving out love. Somebody looks
Mm,
beautiful, look at her and say, oh, Wanjiku, look at how amazing you look. Hey, my sister, your face is shining. Oh, you know, you have to get used to things like that. We
yeah.
we have to love on each other. And you
Mm,
want something that she has on. He said, can you give me this, your blazer? Would it be my size? What size do
mhm.
you wear? Don't look at her and squeeze your face and give her a sign that, who does she think she is? Well, she's somebody. Yeah, she is. She is. Yeah. Esther says she's coming to my dear. Please do. Please do. That's the spirit. That's what I love. Let us
Yeah.
work together, guys. Let's do it together. The
Mm,
Africa we're looking for, nobody's going to build it for us. We have to build it.
we will.
Step in. We have to be intentional. We have to be deliberate. It said, proud of you, Faith. I love it. Dennis, that's it. Just give her the love. Just do it. And somebody else will bless you too. Try it
Yeah.
out.
Mm,
Somebody else will bless you just because you poured into her life.
yeah.
Somebody else will pour into yours.
Yes.
You see,
Yeah.
when we talk about give and it will come back to you, we're
Mm,
not being cocky.
amazing.
It
Press
is
down.
real. It is
Yeah.
real. You give love, you get love back. You pour out hatred, that's what you're gonna get.
Mm,
That's it. That's it. If you're upset,
yeah.
that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna
Mm,
see everybody's gonna be bumping into you. Somebody will even
mm,
walk around there and step on your feet without even saying, that's my feet. They say, well, that's because you were
yeah.
hating
Yeah.
from the beginning. So,
Yeah.
welcome everyone, and thank you for taking out the time. We're very real on the show. The approach is gist. We
Yeah.
love to just kind of have fun and tell our stories, and that's what we're going to do today. You are going to learn so much more. Oh, said Barista, I know I've spoken so much about you. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. You see, these people, they just keep, thank you. I love you, Esther. Please connect. Please connect. But
Mm,
thank you so much for making out the time, for believing in yourself, for stopping by and saying, what the hell is this lady saying today? Well, we're talking about something good. So, welcome. Thank you for making out the time to be here. I appreciate you. You are awesome. And please, just another thing I wanted to do, get in the inbox and just choose somebody's name and just tell
mm,
them, I celebrate you. I love you. I honor you. We
yeah.
have to be used to love. If we're used to loving people, no guy would just show up one day and just tell you, I love you, and you start somersaulting because you know
Yeah.
what? You've been receiving love all your life. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, 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 yeah, you love me, so what? And
Yeah.
here is here. She said she's here from South Sudan. Welcome. Thank you so much for making out the time. And she's bringing another lady, Stella Mandela. That's the spirit, guys. Bring it on, bring it on. And anyone who you know who should be on this show and is not here, please send it to their DMs. This is the kind of messages you should sending to them. Send to them,
Mm.
tag them, put their name, let me know about them. We'll reach out to them because there might be a woman who is just lying on the bed and she's sad and she's down and just like, oh my God, the month has already gotten to March. What am I going to do? But
Yes.
we still have 9 months to make magic happen this year. So you cannot be on your bed.
Yeah.
Let's do it together. Thank you so much. All right. So we'll go back to the show of the day and my guest who is here from Kenya, and her name is Wanjiku Wanjohi. So I'm so honored to be having her here. She is wearing so many hats. This lady is not just beautiful on the outside, but also on the inside because she cares about humanity. She is the founder of so many organizations. Listen, guys, just I told you to bring people. You're gonna find out how amazing she is in a short little time. She has so much that she's doing, and that's why she's on the show. And permit me to also mention to you that this month we're collaborating with New Africa Amazon magazine to celebrate the African woman. And that's why we're running all of the interviews, so you get to know them because some of us are from one country and you've never stepped out of your country and you refuse to meet other people from other countries.
Yeah.
I rebuke that demon out of you. You have to have sisters from other countries, please. You have to. You just have to because Sheila just showed up here now from Kenya. Welcome, Sheila. I appreciate you.
Mm.
You came right on time just before we get started with the gist. Yes, see, people are sharing love. I love you and honor you, Neil. Please go into the comment box and choose one person and share love with them, celebrate them, honor them because you don't know what they are going through. They might
Mm.
just be having the worst day of their lives, but just because you did that, I see
Mm.
that that's the magic. That's the magic. It's greater than something else. Maybe they're at the point where they feel like, oh my God, I'm just sick and tired of life. Sometimes, we as women, it's just like, our famous, Maya Angelou always say, as women, we wear the mask. We wear the mask that hides the tears and cries, and no one knows. And even with the pain in our heart, we wear the mask. And so sometimes as women, we wear the mask and you do not know the pain we're going through. And the next thing you hear that somebody committed suicide and you're just saying that, but I saw her in church yesterday. Of course she was wearing the mask. You do not know what she's going through. But when you're deliberate about telling her, I love you, I appreciate you, and just like, are you for real? Oh my God, she loves me. Maybe there's a reason why I should stay around a little bit. So please do that. Share some love. Be good to one another. You don't know the pain that people are carrying. Sometimes we have pain that we can't even talk about. And that's why there's a rise on mental health. And that's one of the reasons why I really love this, my sister, because she's working on mental health. That's the thing. Women are getting so depressed and
Mm.
frustrated and just taking the pills. I mean, anxiety pills is not a thing anymore. It's like, yeah, I'm taking my pills. I'm just going to pop my pills in. But what about us dealing with the root of the problem? So many women are just, in Africa, people don't see mental health as a thing until you take off your clothes. Just like in Nigeria, they said, you don't craze. Okay, but before you got craze, it started from somewhere that could have been fixed and controlled before
Yes.
it got there. Nobody
Mm.
was watching. That her attitude and her demeanor began to change. She started having
Yes.
mood swings. She became so angry at everyone. Nobody asked, how are you doing? What's going on with my sister? And maybe she was always flawless. And the next thing you saw her, she wasn't even dressing up. Nobody asked, said, hey, sis, what happened?
Mm.
Why are you looking like, what's going on, sis? What's
Yeah.
happening to this? Nobody asked. Welcome, Edna. It's good to have you. And she says she's from Kenya. It's good to have you here. Wonderful message you're putting out there. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Edna. It's good to have you in the house. And so you do not ask the questions. You do not check on one another. You do not know
Mm.
what you're dealing with. What is the pain? We cannot talk freely with each other. If we're able to talk freely with our fellow sisters, we don't have to be waiting to have money to go to a therapist. And then sometimes the shame comes in because in Africa, it's shameful to talk about mental health. And so you just kind of like, oh, I don't want anybody to know. And he said, God, he said, how are you doing, my sister? By God's grace, I am well in Jesus' name. That's not a strategy. Okay? That's not a strategy. By God's grace, it's not a strategy, says we got to kick this nonsense out. Too many women are dying. And we're talking foolishness. People are dying. That's why I'm coming so angry. And, I'm coming at you this morning. Yeah, I'm coming hot this morning because I don't like what's happening to the African woman. You see, the man at 95 is still looking cute, and the African woman at 34, wrinkles begin to come. And then you hear what she said. She said, I'm getting older. Sis, age doesn't exist where I am. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. We're rocking it all the way. So, and you should too, because black don't crack. You should. You should. If you're doing the right thing, you should. You should hang around people who are doing the right thing. We're ready to show you how. Do not let anybody pull you down, my sisters. Okay? So that's what we're doing here. South Sudan is showing up. They're showing up. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Alice. It's good to have you in the house. So we're gonna go to my guest right now. My first question for you, Wanjiku, is who is Wanjiku? And what does she do? Who is she? Why is she so amazing? What does she do? Over to
Oh,
you, my sister.
oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Doc. There's so much that I do. As you say, I wear so many hats. There are people in the comment box who we've gone with to school. We went to the same school. There are people who have known me professionally. There are people who have known me from Facebook because of the communities that we have put together in the past. Everybody sees me or knows me differently. So, but I would describe myself as a very dynamic individual, growth focused, the kind of person who's driven, curious, bold, and to I like to test the waters. I am the kind of person who asks why, even when I'm not expected to, because I like to understand why is it that we are going in this direction. So, but I'm a director and CEO of a number of organizations, primarily today human resources, where we support SMEs and we also deal with end-to-end human resources. And any organization that is opening in the country, we are their support in the people strategy. But aside from that, there's a community element that I am working with. We have Miles to 40, and I can see a huge number of the ladies on the comment box are coming from Miles to 40. Thank you so much, ladies, for the love and the support. You are amazing. Miles to 40 is a community of women that come together to balance their womanhood. I think this started as balanced womanhood at one point in 2012 when I was going through a divorce. And as you were saying, some of these conversations are supposed to be hush hush. You're going through a divorce, there's a lot of societal expectation of you. I'm supposed to be quieter as a divorcee. I am supposed to adopt to a certain way of doing things. So in the process, so that I can balance my mental health, I can balance myself as a mother, as a professional, I brought a community of women together and we have evolved into being Miles to 40. And some of the initiatives we have taken up starting this year, this quarter, we are called Sikika. Sikika is a mental health project that is dealing with not only women, but also men, because men as providers, leaders of society, and leaders of these women, they need to be balanced for them to guide society, to lead the women, to do so much. So it is a combination of women and men. How do we balance our mental health? How do we advise policy? How do we direct the ways that we should, even bringing professionals together so that they can and reach out to communities, having conversations and destigmatizing mental health in our workplaces, destigmatizing mental health in our homes. So that is what Wanjiku Wanjohi is all about. Some people know me as Faith, especially if you have interacted with me from school and professionally, but I like my African name. It's Wanjiku Wanjohi. I feel like it has that oomph. So that is who I am.
I love it. That's so wonderful. What does Wanjiku mean?
Wanjiku is a leader of, or a leader of, not a tribe. Wanjiku is a, oh, there are quite a number of my people who are in the Kikuyu community. First of all, it's a Kikuyu name. So whenever the government is talking about the common um, Mwananchi is the common man. They
Yes.
talk of Wanjiku.
Mm.
Wanjiku constitution, the areas of Wanjiku. It's like a leader of a tribe or a community, a
Mm.
leader of a community. Yeah.
You know, why I asked you for your name is, sometimes we try, and I love that you embrace your name. A lot of times we try to leave our names behind, our African names, and they're very meaningful.
Yes.
Our parents were really foresighted when they were giving us the names. Our parents were not playing. I mean, our
Yes.
parents are not like our generation. When people are giving their kids north and west and south, I'm like, wait a minute. Hello,
Yeah.
why is your child called North? And
Yeah.
what does that mean? But African names are so meaningful, and
Mm.
sometimes it connects to who you become. Names
Yes.
are so meaningful
Yes.
because literally, when people are calling your name all the time, they are affirming who you become.
Yes.
I mean, they're calling your name all the time. They're affirming who you become. You're not asking them to do it, but they're affirming by calling you. And
Yes.
so we have to embrace it. So please, ladies, get in the comment box and tell me, what is that your beautiful African name? Please just tell me. Tell me, I want to know. Lebo is here from Botswana. Look at my sister. It's good to have you. Thank you so much for joining. Irene says, I'm happy. Where's Irene joining us from? Let me give you a proper shout out, my sister. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Saibabu, it's good to have you, my friend. Let me know what country you're joining us from. It's amazing. It's the
Mm.
Sawuuboonaa show, and this is African women just doing their thing. I tell you, Sababu. If you have never been to Africa,
Saibabu
learn
Jaka.
so much about Africa from
Mm.
the show. You will learn about the culture. Today, the conversation has to do with Kenya. Kenya is one of the amazing places. Listen, if you've been hearing about the safari, oh my God, you need to visit Kenya. You
Oh
need to
yeah.
visit Kenya. There's so many places for you to go to, and and I heard from grapevine that they're accepting visitors.
Oh
You want
yes.
to visit? You want to visit Kenya? I'm
Mm.
going this year, and if you want us to go together, anybody in the house who hasn't been to Kenya, please let me know. Let's go and shake it up. We're about to get started with our chapter in Kenya as well. I am
Mm.
Wanjiku too. Look, see, sis, please put the Wanjiku on. It's a powerful name. She is
Yes.
a woman leader, and I'm sure that you are a woman leader too.
Mm.
Irene says she's joining from Kenya. Thank you. Thank you, my sister. I love you. Thank you
Yeah.
for making out the time to be
Yeah.
here. It's just amazing and beautiful having all these great women. So back to you, Wanjiku. I mean, you were just talking about all the work that you're doing with Sikika, and you just kind of played it down there like she wasn't doing anything. She's doing a lot. I'm like, sis, okay, we're coming back to that. So
Yeah.
how do you go about this with the community? Is it true? Do you have workshops? Do you have safe groups? How do you identify people who need this? And South Africa just showed up. Welcome, my sister. Thank you so much. South Africa is good to have you in the house. I don't know why StreamYard is so disrespectful. They didn't show your name. So just kind of type in your name for me. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you for making our time to be here. So
Yeah.
tell me about this program. And I love that you're also working with men too,
Mm.
because mental health is a thing, you know.
Yes.
I'm Wambui, the singer of songs. These people, I listen, these ladies, they are just, I don't know. I have to bring her on the show because we love some music. Look at that. We would have just had live music. Welcome, my sister. Thank you so much for joining and for sharing that. There's so much meaning in our names, in our
Mm.
African names. There's so
Yeah.
much meaning. Sometimes we try to make it easy. I mean, I hear African women say, "Oh, my African name is so it's going to be difficult for you to pronounce. So maybe why don't you just call me Grace? Excuse me." But when you go to China, oh, Roshana, she was our guest the other day. Welcome, my sister. When you go to China, and you
Mm.
cannot pronounce the name, you struggle to pronounce the name. You literally you take an overnight course trying to pronounce the name and trying to get it right. Let people struggle to pronounce yours too. Yes, yes, yeah. Treat yourself as a VIP. Mhm.
Mm.
Let
Mm.
people struggle to pronounce yours as well. It's
Yeah.
worth it. It's worth
Embrace.
knowing you.
Embrace. Yes. Embrace your Africanness.
I love it. I love it.
Mm.
That's just awesome.
Yeah.
So, how do you go about this program? Especially with the Sikika. I want us to talk a little bit about that. Is it through workshops, or how do you do it? Do you have like safe groups in the environment, in the community? How do you go about that? I would love to learn more. Over to you.
So we have begun with bringing together people who have mental health stories or have interacted very closely with mental health challenges, either through their community or family or work environment, bringing them together in a roundtable session where we talk about what have probably been the triggers of such mental health challenges, gathering data on who are the most affected. Are we dealing with substance abuse, or are we dealing with family traditions? What are we dealing with that is triggering mental health in the different groups, in the workplaces?
Mm,
What are the triggers of mental health? What bodies are in place? Who can we bring on board to drive policy? Who can we bring on board to provide support? Who can we bring on board to give direction when it comes to mental health as a whole in the country? So we have started with the groupings, the roundtable sessions, and we have started out with different people in different professions. We've also
mm,
started with we had men who are coming in and giving their stories and encouraging other men to come and give their stories so they can speak more about it.
mm,
Speaking about it is a step into addressing mental health challenges among the men, because they have they are used to keeping it to themselves. So how can we give them safe spaces, whether on camera or not, to just speak about it? And if it is on camera, it is encouraging other men to come in. We've also partnered with different organizations that are either supporting those who are challenged in mental health, or giving an area where you can call this number, or you can send an email if you want to just have a conversation with somebody, or you can just have a chat with an individual. But for the men, we have also partnered with organizations that are supporting men specifically to
mm.
deal with mental health challenges and to have these conversations. So it is a start of a big project that should take us. We have a 5-year plan on how we are going to influence different sectors, especially on policy. That is our main target.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is, I love that you're taking it through different routes, and even going to policy because it's so important.
Yes.
And this is a serious issue, especially things got worse after COVID. Things really
Yeah.
got worse after COVID, and also in the workplace because
Yeah.
we're not able to achieve balance. Then there's a problem, and there's
Yeah.
women who are walking around who are broken,
Mm.
and people don't like to hear that. But brokenness comes from so many things. It could come from your experience. It
Yes.
could come from your belief system. It could come from your self-worth. And
Mm.
so we have to get back to the roots. We have to get back
Yes.
to the roots and just this is something we can't be ashamed of this,
We
because if you do not take care of yourself, you cannot take care of somebody else.
Mm, mm. I had something the other day during our roundtable sessions that I thought was very powerful. As
Mm,
much as we want to give direction to people, it is very important as individuals to recognize that there is a problem internally
yeah.
with self. From that, recognizing that, that is where mental health balance comes in, where
Mm,
you recognize as an individual there is a problem. I
yeah.
am shouting on the kids too much. I'm struggling to perform at work.
Mm,
I am having all these challenges. Where is it stemming from? Going
yeah.
back within yourself to find out where is it coming from. And if you are challenged in doing so as an individual, get a third part, as somebody else who you can chat with to you know to unearth where it is all coming from. But
Wow.
one thing I also realized is that our African upbringing has contributed quite a bit
It
to
has.
mental health challenges. There is a lot of societal expectations that have driven
Mhm.
individuals into being frustrated because they can't keep up with societal expectations.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
as a woman, for example, I call them the voices of our upbringing.
Mhm.
There's so many voices in our upbringing. We don't want to call them grandparents. We don't want to call them parents. We don't want to call them cousins or the larger community or whatever is expected to do. The voices of our upbringing have a lot to play. And
Yes.
I'm having to realize, even as an individual, that there are things that were said to me in my upbringing that contributed to who I am at this particular moment and to the struggle that I have. Just recognizing that is a first step to dealing with my mental health, you know. So I'm excited about what we are doing, and I'm excited because we are also sitting down with community leaders, people who are in the community, to speak about this thing, getting information, getting data, and seeing how we can help our societies, our young people, our teenagers. I'm a mother of teenagers who
Mm.
have struggled. I think I mentioned to you earlier, I'm a divorcee. I don't hide it. I've been divorced, and at some point, I also fell in love with a dashing gentleman, and we were about to get married, and my children had fallen in love with him. So my kids also struggled with abandonment twice. So there's a lot of mental health challenges that we have to recognize,
Mhm.
and we have to be aware of them. So when we are aware of them, what are we doing about it? We can no longer hide that there is a problem, and we need to address these problems.
I love what you just shared, and we had this conversation before, and that's when I talk about women being broken. It comes
Yeah.
from all of this,
Mm.
there's so much our experiences molds who we become.
Mm.
And I always say that whatever you've been through is not your fault. It's what you decide to do with that is your
Yeah.
responsibility.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're divorcee. So what? That doesn't describe you.
Yeah.
That was just an event in your life.
Yes.
It's how you deal with that. It's how we deal with that because a lot of women never ever wake up from that. And I just loved, you being able to use your story and pinpoint to empower others.
Mm.
I love to say that when we think that we are not, we're not worthy, I mean, look into your own story and see how your story links to the issues in the society. That means
Yes.
that, if you survived it, you automatically have been handed over to you the blueprint to fix others.
Yes.
Because there are some people who end up in the hospital even from a heartbreak. I remember
Yes.
when I was in university, I had this friend of mine, and she was admitted in the hospital, and I was wondering what's going on with her. And she said, she had a problem with her boyfriend. I'm like, he's lucky because you are in the hospital because he had a problem with you. But the thing is, every one of us has got different thresholds with pain, right?
Mm.
Some people cannot
Mm.
handle it,
Yeah.
especially if you trusted that person, you've given it
Yes.
your all, you expected it to be the perfect, 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 but then boom, something happens.
Yeah.
So I love what you shared, Ranjiku, and really being able to identify those moments when things went wrong. You have to be able to identify those moments.
Yes.
The worst person for you to lie to is yourself.
That's
You know exactly what it happened. You
true.
might
Mm.
not tell somebody else, but sis, And
Yeah.
go back to that place and reflect and find out what exactly happened.
Yes.
And do not try to, I always say that if you know that this is what got you broken, try
Yeah.
not to spend time in that place that got you broken.
Yes.
So don't even, don't give a second. And some people are like, oh, give me a second chance. No, you're not Jesus, okay? You're not. You're not. You're Shiku, you're Irene, you're not Jesus. I haven't seen Jesus show up here in the comment section. So relax when you think that you should fix everybody. Relax when you think that, oh, he's gonna change. Nobody brought you to change nobody. So you change you alone. That's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
because we can change anytime, and
Yeah.
really messing us women up. And so when you're broken, you're not able to show up at your greatest self
Yes.
because there's something, it's like having a tree and the tree begins to decay in the roots, the
Yeah.
fruits do not come
They
because
won't come.
there is some kind of infection happening underneath. So
Yes.
mental health is so important. Self-care is so important. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It might just be a little thing like just even shutting down from social media and just think about you. Think about you. Because as women, we are constantly playing catch up. We are running every day. We're running.
Mm,
You're lying down,
mm,
your brain is running. Your brain is running. You're running everywhere. You're running to catch up with the world's expectation of you. Your
yes.
mom named you Lebo, but the world told you this is how Lebo should be. And so every single day, you're working hard to be the Lebo that the world is looking for.
Oh,
Hello? Can
oh,
you just be who you were created to be?
yeah. Mm. Just be yourself. Even though you're judged for that yourself, that is who you are authentically.
Sis, this is so good. I'm loving this conversation. And if you're just joining us for the first time, it's Sawuuboonaa show. We are going to the roots. This is the show where we're going to talk about period just right here, and it's like it's a normal conversation. That's what we do here. We talk about the issues of women because
Mm,
we've been hiding it under the table for so long, and
mm,
people are dying, people are broken, and everything that happens to the woman affects the children because
mm.
when you're broken, you pass on the same brokenness to the kids.
To the
You pass
children.
on the same pain to them. And so
Mm,
it's time for women to begin to heal. Take some time out from themselves. Love yourself up, sis. Love yourself up. Like just kind of chill. I mean,
yeah,
even just go to the nail salon and just stretch your leg. Yeah. Just behave like the queen that you are. I mean,
yeah.
you could be going for a service of $20, but behave like you came there with $1,000. Treat yourself like the queen.
Give back to yourself.
Thank
Mm,
you.
yes. I like telling stories because my story is somebody else's survival guide. For me to choose that I wanted a divorce, I realized that I was choosing between death and death.
Wow.
I lived in an area where there were trucks, the big trucks coming down the road, and the
Yeah.
road was a little. They would come in a very fast pace. If somebody is has lived in Uthiru, we lived in Uthiru, there that's now here in Kenya, and every time I would look at that road and I would hear the trucks coming down, I would think to myself, I just need to jump in front of that vehicle so that it can just ram me and go with me so that I do not have to experience my existence. And when I would think of my children, I would think my children will be safe, they will be fine. Their father has a beautiful heart. He's going to take care of, he loves his children. He's going to take care of the children. And I would think to myself, maybe I can leave a will where their grandmother from the father's side will take them at a certain time. And when they're teenagers, they can go for disciplinary with my mother. I had already calculated in my head that everything is going to be okay and I am not needed. I cannot be in this existence. And when I woke up and said, I want a divorce, is because I chose me. I realized I needed to choose me.
I love it.
There is so much I needed to look forward to. I
Mm,
needed to look forward to my children getting married one day. I
mm,
needed to look forward to their campus days. I
mm,
wanted to look forward to their teenage conversations on boyfriends and things like that.
mm,
I chose me.
mm,
So when I think about the conversation that I, Wanjiku, can have with myself of how I don't want to exist and I'm not needed in this existence, how many other women are seated by themselves right now thinking, I cannot do this anymore?
mm, mm, mm,
But I would say, choose you as a woman, choose yourself first.
mm,
Before the children, before everybody else, choose what you want to feed you with.
mm.
no matter what. And I started thinking, how will society take me? And I have a very rebellious nature when it comes to these things. And I started telling myself, I do not care. I do not care what I will be labeled as. And I was labeled, I was given labels because women are not supposed to own their sexuality. It's supposed to be owned by the man, you know? So you get a divorce, you do not own your sex. So immediately you are called, you're a whore. And I remember I went into a rebellious time and I used to tell myself, I'm a whore. Like, I'm a slut. I am own, but all I was doing is that I am owning my sexuality. I am owning my journey. I am accepting me as me without the definition of anybody. And I remember that was my first marriage. And when I left the other partner, when we went our separate ways, I struggled with identity again. And let me tell you, how you struggle on step one is not the same struggle of step two. The struggles are totally different. Because now I was struggling initially when I went for my divorce into choosing me. But now in my second one, I struggled with identity. Who am I? Oh, that was a painful struggle. So I have chosen me, but now I did not know who I am because I've spent most of my time rebelling against society, accepting the labels that society has given me. But now I am confronted in the mirror with myself, and I have to think, who is Wanjiku? Who is that girl looking at me on the other end? And let me tell you, I didn't have somewhere to start. But I remembered that I had been raised in the church. And I took the word of God and I started calling myself everything the word of God has called me. So instead of calling myself a whore, I started calling myself, I am the righteousness of God.
Amen.
You
Amen.
know,
I love
I
it.
started calling myself beautiful. You are beautiful.
I love
Because the voices of my upbringing had told me I am chubby, I
it.
am not beautiful. They did not help me define me. And all of a sudden, in my journey of life, I am confronted with I have to give myself an identity.
Mm,
Point to start, word of God. Who am I?
mm, mm.
And that word of God now became my life. It became my story. Like, I
Yeah,
am all these things, and I am not embarrassed to be who I am, you
yeah,
know? And I have chosen me. So when you look at me, you tell me, oh, I'm glowing. It's because now I have learned to give back to me,
that's right.
where I lock out the voices around me. I get to lock out around me so that I can listen to
Mm,
Wanjiko, Wanjiko,
mm.
you know?
Wow.
So yeah.
This is so powerful. And I'm just so glad that you shared that because this is our everyday for most women. It might not be divorce in your case. It might even just be making a decision that's supposed to change your life. And negative Nelly just keeps singing in your ears. You
Yeah.
hear that tiny voice who tells you, "Hey, who do you think you are? Who the
Yeah.
heck are you?" And I mean, can you imagine someone even looking at this lady and think she's not? That person is retarded. Did anybody think she wasn't beautiful? That the person needs to get in her group. They need to be fixed. Yes, I came
Yes.
from a polygamous family, and I understand that totally because you were looked upon as, I mean, the minute you were showing up as your greater self, it was more like, who the hell does she think she is? And so you begin to experience identity negotiations because you do not know who you are. You begin to wonder, am I supposed to be Wanjiku that I know, or Wanjiku that this person wants me to be, or what the society is giving to me, or what the families
Mm.
are saying, or the labels and all of that? You are confused. You begin to negotiate who you are. And in the midst of that confusion, you can lose you. Ladies, you gotta be careful with that. You can
Mhm.
lose you. I'm so grateful for the gift of faith that you were able to go back to the Bible to even
Yes.
affirm something good. Because it's at that point that people become depressed. It's at that point people run
Mhm.
into the streets and do what they shouldn't be doing. It's at that point we jump into anything that is available. We get into habits that does not serve us. You hear people say things like, "Oh my goodness, I wasn't like this, and then life happened, and so I started doing this."
Yeah.
That's valid. I'm not bringing you down, sis. That's valid. But that's why
Yeah.
we're having the difficult conversation this morning, afternoon, evening, night. Maybe you're lying on your bed. That's okay. But I'm saying to you, sis, we can do better.
We
These
can.
things are always going to happen. If
Yes.
somebody thinks that you are not good enough, well, sorry, you just lost me. Bye. Bye bye.
Mm,
Because
mm.
you should get to the point where you're telling yourself, I'm the best thing that ever happened in my
Yeah.
country. Yes,
Yes.
yes. People are going to look at you like, wait, did you hear what she said? She said she was
Mm,
the best. But you see, let me tell you something. Those people that you look up to, even the celebrities,
yes.
even the leaders, do you notice something? You begin to call them certain names because they told you that they were those names.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Whatever you call yourself is what the world is going to call you. Give it time.
Yes.
When the
Yes.
world fights you, tell them. You have to tell them that you're great. You have to tell them you're awesome. You have
Yes.
to tell them, I'm the best that they can be. Of course, and the first couple of times they see you saying, I'm the best, they're going to be like, wait, is that what she said? This lady,
Mm,
she's just so full of herself. I
yeah.
mean, that's why she's not married. I got it. I mean, she's just so rude. That's
Yeah.
okay. But give it some time. The same people who are fighting you begin to follow you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's very true. That is very true. And I like the conversation on sisterhood.
Yeah.
Because one thing in my journey I have come across, especially for women who try to bring each other down, it
Mm.
has nothing to do with the other woman. It has everything to do with you.
Would you? Yes.
You need to deal with yourself because my success
Mm.
is your success.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If I know myself, I will pull another woman into the realization of who they are, and we
Mm-hmm.
both win together.
Mm-hmm.
I keep telling the ladies that I interact with is that there is enough for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
do not need to fight you. I don't need to be in competition with you. I'm in competition with the girl I was yesterday because I need her to be better. So
Exactly.
if I need to hold your hand or you need to hold my hand so that we can be better people, why not? You
Mm.
know,
Mm.
let us go with the conversation of sisterhood. You're my sister. Your
Yeah.
good is my good. Let us move in together. And
Mm.
in my journey, you know, I think it is very important we realize that we are each other's best bet.
Love it.
I will bet on you, my sister. Bet on me. You
Mm.
know,
Mm.
hold my hand, let us go. I am not in competition with you.
Mm-hmm.
What is yours, and what is mine, and it will follow me wherever I go.
Mm.
There is enough for everybody.
I love it.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. And if you're just joining the conversation, well, I think you came late. That's okay. I know you can go back to the beginning of the video, but welcome. I really do appreciate you, Christine Mulenga. Let us know where you're joining us from. It's the Sawuuboonaa show, and this is where we celebrate the African women. It's the Zulu word for I see you, I honor you, I celebrate you, and we are having a great conversation with my sister Wanjiku, all the way from Kenya. She has been dropping it like it's hot. I mean, if this was a church, I would just say bring the offering basket and let's just get it out. Listen, sow a seed. This has been a good word. This is powerful. So please get in the comment box and just let me know how you're feeling about this conversation. Do you have a question for a guest? Get into the comment box. Is there something that you yourself are dealing with that you would like us to speak about? Get in the comment box and ask
Yeah.
this question. Or did you have an experience that you think can help somebody on the show?
Mm,
This is a
yes.
show for us, by us, for the good of every one of us. And so
Mm,
I am here to learn from you. So whatever that you share in the comment box, I'm also learning. And
yeah.
if you are thinking, how did we get Wanjiku on the show? It's because she's amazing. That's right. So you are amazing too. And just let me know what you've been doing in your community, what you've been doing, how you've been showing up. Are you that woman that should be celebrated? Get into my inbox, get into this video, and just say, hey, you should be celebrating me. Or maybe there's a woman around you that you think that we should get to know.
Yeah.
Please tag her and get her to send a hello or send us her name and let her know that I'm going to be reaching out to her, okay? So she can accept us. It's all about just celebrating all the wonderful and powerful women who are doing great work. And Alice and Jambi said very powerful conversations. Thank you so much, Alice. It is such an honor to have you in the house. So I'm just going to take this back to you again, Wanjiku. And what inspired you to be doing all that you're doing? Because I know it's not easy, honestly, to be able to show up on a daily basis. I do it. I know. I know how it is. Like sometimes, I always tell people that, oh my God, if the people that follow me could actually sneak in on me like a fly on the wall and see me in the bathroom, you probably think I'm crazy. Because I stand in front of the mirror and I affirm these things to myself. I'm going to first of all tell myself I'm beautiful before you do. So just in case you forgot to tell me, I'm okay because I already told myself in the morning and I'm fine
Yeah.
with it. And then of course I listen to music. I have people that I listen to because it's so important that you control your mind. Your mind is very fertile, and it's so important that you control your mind and people that you listen to. So
Yeah.
let me tell you, if you have people that are negative, if you have those places that is toxic conversations, you don't want to hang there too long because they're going to plant the wrong seed inside of you. So I want to know from my guests, what inspires you? What gives you the courage to show up unapologetically? What is that thing that fuels you even when you don't feel like it? Even when life continues to throw all of these bullets, what makes you keep going? Over to you, Wanjiku.
Oh my goodness. If I had thought about this question, maybe I would have come up with a professional answer. But the reality is that what drives me is the thirst to live life.
Mm, mm,
Because I have in my life wanted for this life to end. But when I have realized that there is so much about me, so much that I can give to myself and I can share with others, all of a sudden I have a thirst to live. And because of that thirst, that is what drives me into doing the things that I do. It's just, I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty to live. Honestly, in the process of living, if somebody is inspired, if somebody wakes up and becomes a better person, if somebody catches on, I am satisfied. But it is a thirst for, I am living. I am putting down the voices of my upbringing. I am living. I am doing this because this is who I am meant to be. This is who I am. This is who I'm embracing. My thirst to live and move and go. And in the process, bring a tribe behind me, a community of people that identify with that thirst to live.
I love it. That is just so brilliant. I love that you shared that because there's difference between living and existing. And a lot of us are just existing.
Yeah.
You just kind of feel like, yeah, my mom gave birth to me. So at a certain age, I'm going to have a baby and become a mom too and a sister and all of that. And you do not pay attention to what
Mhm.
happens around you. So that's the difference between living and existing. Living is being responsible for what is happening in your community. What are those things that you're not happy with? And allowing yourself to be the solution to really solve those problems. That is what living is. And, I love that she shared that because it's important that we begin to live because so many of us have just been existing. It's just like life was just handed over to you. And literally, you are in competition with your chair in the living room because you're not doing anything. And so
Yeah.
you have to get to a point whereby, no, there's just so much more about me. I am Wambui, but I am a woman leader, and I know I should be making change happen in
Yeah.
Kenya and beyond. And so you might just be saying to yourself, you know what? I might be Edna, but Edna is the voice that people have been waiting for, is the voice of change. And maybe somebody might be calling me Nadia, but you haven't even met me yet because I'm about to show up. And so
Yes.
somebody else might say, well, is that Sheila? Well, Sheila is about to just make change happen. Sheila is about to carry on a group of women, take them from where they are to where they want to be. And it is not late, my sister. It's not late for you to wake up to that realization. That's the thing. It's not late. Miles Monroe used to say, whenever you wake up is your morning. So if you decided to wake up on this show, well, good morning. Hello. I'm happy to connect with you and let's move it on. Don't beat yourself up because of things that happened to you. It wasn't your fault. Hey, I grew up in a family where there was a lot of abuse and I was this and that. Cut it off, sis. Let's go. It doesn't matter. Let's
Yes.
go. Let's go. Let's go. And that's the approach we must carry this year. Let's go. Where is it happening? How can I hold your hand? How can I be involved? What can I do? Can I use my voice? Okay, yeah. Well, what can I do? I have this kind of skills. I can be helpful for something. Let's go, sis. Do not wallow in what could have been, should have, would have been. No, 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 no. That's not serving you. And that's why you keep getting beaten and beaten and beaten all over again, because you sit down in that pity party chair and cry your ugly cry every minute. Wake up and shake it off. Let's go. It doesn't matter. Yes, somebody raped me. It's okay, sis. Let's go. It doesn't matter. Oh, somebody said I wasn't good enough. It's okay. Let's go, sis. Somebody said, oh my God, look at you, just so ugly. Wait, nobody's going to listen to you. Let's go. Let's go. Somebody said you were a dropout. It's okay. Some of the things you do, you don't have to be in school for it. Let's go, sis. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Connect with leaders. Connect with Wanjiku. You see me on Facebook. Send me a message. LinkedIn, wherever you're joining me from, wherever you're seeing this video, get to our YouTube channel. There are amazing sessions for you to look at. Listen, do not sit down and beat yourself up. Not this year. Not this year, sis. Not this year. Not this year. We're running to the end of the first quarter. Not this year, sis. When the devil shows up behind your ear, tell him, devil, not this time. You should have come before. Not now. We're going. So please, we've shared, my guest has shared a lot of great content. Quick Karen Giti. Let's go, my sister. I love you. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's go. It's time to go. Life is not waiting for you. What are you leaving for your sisters? Let's go. What are you leaving for your children? Welcome, Chipo from Zambia. It's great to have you. Let's go, sis.
Let's go.
Those things don't define you. It's an event. Shake it off. Those things don't define you. So please, that's something that you have to take on from this conversation from my guest. How much courage that she's been able to push on and just do what she does flawlessly, unapologetically, and looking beautiful. It's a lot. Well, sis, listen, you have to. I can't miss that. She's looking amazing. She's not crying and putting herself in the corner. Well, sorry if you thought she wasn't good enough. Sorry, you just lost. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Our younger generation is looking up to us.
Yes.
What are you going to pass down? Back in the day, we would say, oh, my uncle, my auntie, my da-da-da-da. Now is your time to change the world. The younger people are looking up to you. And let me tell you, these millennials, they are moving on high speed. Those people are ready to take things over. If you don't step into the shoes of who you should become, the millennials are ready to push you down. I was listening to a young person during the women's conference in New York a couple of days ago, and the young person had a video, and she's in her 20s, early 20s, and she was saying in her video, I'm so pissed off that I wasn't allowed to speak in the panels in the UN. I was like, oh. But that's the people that we have now. The younger generation, they have dropped that level of leaders of tomorrow. They tell you we're the leaders of now. So sis, if you're not doing something good with your life, they're going to take over. They're going to push you down. So let's go, sis. Get away from the excuses. So it brings me to my next question, my sister, is what is the secret of the beauty? What does Wanjiku eat, or what does she do? What are the secret rituals that makes her glow? It's so important because some of the things that makes the African woman lose herself is because she feels like I'm not good enough. Oh my God, you see, black beautiful women begin to look for cream to rub and become yellow. Who told you yellow was beautiful? Anyways, I mean, I have a sister who is very black, and I always tell everybody who cares to hear, I said, my sister is more beautiful than me. I'm serious because you see, this complexion, you got to do a little work to maintain it. But my sister can
It
just,
does.
she can just put coconut oil and go. Nobody cares. She's just shining. So we can learn what
Yeah.
is the secret to the beauty of Wanjiku. How can you advise other women? What should they do that makes you look relaxed and makes you glow? What can we do? Or is there something special in Kenya that we need to come to Kenya for? Please share with us. Over to you, Wanjiku.
What is most important is for a woman to give back to herself. And as much as I have my skincare routines and I have all those things, I would say that you need to find within yourself peace.
Mm, mm,
Peace with everything around you, no matter where you are at. And it comes from acceptance of self.
I love it.
I have gone to the point where I accept me.
Mm,
I accept my curve, no matter how it's protruding from every other corner. And if I need to do about it, I go do something about it if I'm not happy with it. You know,
right.
I have come to accept I am who I am.
Mm,
Another gentleman told me the other day that my feet are very manly. I went and looked at them. I was like, dear
mhm.
God, these feet are beautiful. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's an acceptance of self. And somebody else told me if you were to change anything about you, because Kikuyus, we have very interesting bodies, and sometimes the fat goes to the wrong places.
Mm,
I look at myself in the mirror naked and I go like, damn girl, you're hot.
mm,
As in, I am happy with who I am. And if I need to do anything about it, I will go do something about it.
mm.
I have decided to be at peace with my environment.
I love it. I love it.
Even the, even the people who would influence my emotions,
Mm,
I catch myself on it and I tell myself, you cannot mess with my peace. You cannot mess with my mind.
mm.
I release you. I forgive you. I am very easy in forgiveness.
I love
I
it.
forgive very easily.
Wonderful.
All right. In fact, when I look at my past with the ladies, and I love women, but the same women that I love are the same ones who have taken me into thinking of, oh my God, I don't want to exist, you know? But I have forgiven them very easily
Mm,
because I am choosing me. I am choosing my state of mind because I need to feed another generation of girls, my teenage daughters. I need
yes.
to feed them life. So, but of course, we have to do the skincare routines and eat our vitamin E, ensure we are vitamin C
Yep. Yep. Yep.
and everything. But the first place to start is be at peace with yourself,
Yeah.
accept yourself, release and forgive very easily.
Mm, mhm.
Then doll yourself up and love yourself extra.
Yes, I love it. And that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is so important. And even forgiving yourself. A lot of times that we keep beating ourselves up about things that we've been through or decisions that we made. And we had a comment talking about 80% genetics. Uh, Wanjiku. Let me tell you, sis, I love this, your comment, but let me tell you, when depression comes, genetics gets out of the window if you're not doing the right thing. I'm telling you, depression gonna kick genetics in the butt. So genetics sometimes doesn't work. It still takes a lot of hard work to get your collagen and everything going. So
Yeah.
it still takes a lot, especially peace from within. It's so important. Drinking a lot of water, ladies. Drink a lot of water. The fruits is so good for you, the veggies, and treat your skin with care. Like love you,
Yeah.
pamper yourself, spend time. Sometimes some women just even they don't even spend up to 2 minutes in the bathroom. You're in a hurry. Where are you rushing to? Hello. Don't rush. I mean, there are days that you're in a hurry, but there should be days that you really just take your time. And Africa, we are blessed with natural scrub. right? We
Yeah.
have things that you can just easily just kind of exfoliate yourself. Blood don't crack. So if you're cracking, there's something that you're not doing right. So
Yeah.
go back on it and check it up again and spend some time with you. Sometimes people say sleep, and I'm like, I don't, sis, I don't even sleep 5 hours. But the point is, you got to be able to create a balance with that. You got to be able to create a balance with that. Some of us work so hard in different time zones. I'm on the show and I'm getting a call from Ministry of Youth because we just saved a child. And some of you who are following me, you're going to be seeing that news. But we had to go save a woman, a teenage girl in the bush who was having a baby. The baby almost died. And we took to the hospital and all of that. We're dealing with all of that. Somebody says, I bumped into her at 4 p.m. towards the end of the day, and I was so flustered. But she was glowing. Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Yeah, she's getting it right. She's getting it right. So please be at peace with yourself. Forgive, drink water, and just pamper yourself. Pamper yourself. Take the time, especially when we hit that 40. Oh, sis, I tell you, you gotta take some time even on your face. If you have to put, don't just slap it on and go. You got to take some time and massage you and just love you.
In
And
fact,
yes,
any woman who is going to bed without washing her face, you're not serious.
that's it.
Your skincare routine is in the morning and in the evening.
Mm, mm, mm.
Or you have your pillowcase, and you've had it for how many days? Sleeping on that thing, and you have things on your. No, no,
Mm,
no, no, no.
mm, mm,
I mean, when it's loving on yourself, there's
mhm.
the practicality of it where there's the wash, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Back to you. I can go on.
Yeah, it's so important, ladies. Please, it's so important. Sometimes we see the ladies going to bed with makeup. No, no, no. If you're wearing makeup, you got to take it off. And be natural. Wash it off and just care for you. Like I said, just care for you. Treat yourself, like the VIP that you are. I remember in the back in the days, Cleopatra. We heard about them sleeping in milk. They were treating themselves with milk and all of that. I can imagine some of the women around them were thinking, who the hell does she think she is? Why would she be putting milk on herself? Well, she loved herself. And that's why she kept glowing. I mean, even honey, Africa is so blessed with so many things. Shea butter, Africa is blessed with so many things that we can use. So, but it was such a great conversation. I really enjoyed spending time with my guest, Wanjiku. I hope to have her again, sometime very soon because we're going to be getting into a lot of conversations and issues that are affecting women. We're going to bring experts to really talk and have this safe space where we can really connect and pour things out and just find who we are, because many of us have lost who we are. We're now looking for who we are not, and showing up as who we are not. So thank you so much for making out the time to be here. We're going to be back here again same time tomorrow, and it's going to be a great conversation as well. I'll be having a guest from Sierra Leone, and it's just going to be fun. I'm really excited about what we'll be sharing tomorrow as well. You see, all these African women are so beautiful, and so are you. You are beautiful. So please, if you've been beating yourself up, if you've been putting yourself at the back, if you've been thinking that you belong to the kitchen, well, sis, leave the kitchen at some point and take care of you. Welcome, patience. It's good to have you in the house. Thank you so much. And if you're just showing up here for the first time, please do not hesitate to join our community. It's Women Who Win Africa. We are here. We're having amazing time, amazing conversations. It's a space for women by women, and everything that happens there is for the benefit of African women. So please join us in our conversations. Connect with me everywhere on social media. Connect with my guest. She is in all the great places. Wanjiku Wanjohi. You're going to see her on Facebook. You're going to see her on LinkedIn. And if you loved what she shared and you think that this is something that I really need, I was kind of shy to come into the comment box. Please get into her inbox and please say the right thing, okay? Just put at the top from the African Women Show so she can look at it, because sometimes people get upset. Oh, Dr. Louisa, I sent you so many messages, you did not answer. Well, when you're starting the conversation with hi, what's up? No, that's not for me. That's not for me at all. We don't do that. We talk meaningful stuff. Okay, there's only 24 hours in the day. We're not going to waste it doing what is not. So please, thank you so much. I will see you back here same time tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. If you have people that you think you sent to us that we should be bringing on the show that we haven't gotten to know yet, please let me know. And please let us know how you felt about the show. Are there things that you want us to change? We're happy to change. Is there something that you wanted us to talk about and we didn't say? Please put it in so that next time we can serve you better. But this is the African Women's Show, and our focus are four things. Just because it's storytelling, that's why it's really fun. Greet, because we want to know why, how the guests, how did she get the courage of whatever that she's doing? What inspired her? What fuels her? Because it's not easy to show up powerfully every single day. And then we have grind. What does she do in the community? What's that thing? Why should we be talking to her? And finally, glam. Why is she beautiful? What are the beautiful tips? Right? I have learned so much on the show from everyone who comes on the show. And so that's the approach. So please get in touch with us. Visit our website. It's www.womenwhowinafrica.com. I really hate to let you go, sis, but I have to. And just before I let you go, maybe I should just kind of give you a little bit of music, just so that you can have a wonderful day. Make sure that you do, because Patience from Nigeria has something to say. I love and cherish what you're doing. An empowered woman, this day, is an asset to herself, to her family, to her community, and to the nation at large. When you empower a woman, you empower a nation. God bless you. Oh my God, Patience. This patient deserves a lunch. Oh my God, thank you for such kind words. Thank you for pouring back into us. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for celebrating a sister. We love you. It would be great to learn about you as well. I can imagine that you are an amazing lady. That's why you're in my community. Because I believe that everybody that I hang out with, listen, they gotta be great. When you see anyone show up here, they're great. We only deal with women who are winning. We don't
Yes.
we don't deal with people who are not. And if you're like, oh no, but I haven't started winning yet, well, you can begin today.
Mm.
That's why we're bringing all of this inspiration, all of this nuggets, so that you can learn how to become the greatest version of yourself. So I'm just going to be finishing this by playing a beautiful song. So let's see, where do we go? We can do Inyanya and Davido. How many people know that? I know you know that. Davido
Yeah,
is pretty
we do.
popular. We can bring him on and just kind of get you to have a great day. But thank you so much. And Facebook, like I said, we do not have a right to the music. So calm down. Don't come after me. We're just having fun, because Facebook and YouTube, they have a way of running after you. I don't want that. We're just having fun with African women. So as we bring this to an end with Like from Inyanya and Davido. So enjoy. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you so much, Wanjiku. You are
When I had no car, you still be riding for me. Back when I had no rubber, you still be spending feelings. Back when I had no boss, you still be spending me. Back when I had nobody, I had you. If you like, show me what you really feel inside. Let me kiss you on your lips. If you like, we can both decide. Baby, let me kiss you on your lips. Jump on me, I'm on, jump on me, jump on me, jump on me, jump on me, I'm on, jump on me, 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 jump on me,